Starting the recording.
Welcome back, everybody, to another shiny episode of World 1-1 Podcast. I am your host, Larry, the momentarily beardless wonder. Joining me, as always, is my co-pilot, Eddie V.
That hood is crazy.
And Corey Hudson-Derrick.
I'm here, yay!
He's here, not someplace else. Woohoo!
Well, I was someplace else, but now I'm here.
Well, that's all that matters. We just care where you are now. I don't give a shit what you were doing 10 minutes ago unless you were committing a felony.
No, I was eating a taco.
Well, it's not felonious yet, so we're good.
And by a taco, I mean 6.
Yeah, nobody just eats a taco. There's no such thing.
Soft or crunchy?
Crunchy. I saw the pictures already. The only correct response. Soft tacos, like, why bother? If you're going to have a soft taco, just eat a fucking quesadilla.
No, I do soft tacos.
Ugh, something wrong with you.
Well, sometimes that's what I have a taste for.
So,
and that's mostly at Taco Bell.
So Edward, my main man in the corner.
Yes.
What have you been playing this week?
So I picked up Flint Hook for on Switch. Really great game. It's not frustrating or anything. I understand the rogue feel. I kind of wish like there was a jump button. And I think that I need to switch.
A what button?
Not a jump button, a duck button. Like, I mean the ability to duck, not the jump
yeah.
button. Only reason because I think since you got to use the analog stick to move your reticle and stuff, that moves you in a sense.
Yeah.
And when there's sudden bullets come, I understand that you want to jump and use your hook, but sometimes there's other bullets coming and stuff, so it's kind of hard to dodge at times, even when you use like the slow motion and stuff. So,
well, you know too that you can make your aiming easier without moving by locking him in place and then aiming.
Did you have to switch it though? Because there's no, I didn't when they was teaching the
game. No, dude, it's on your left trigger or your left shoulder button. Hold your left shoulder button, and you can move your reticule, and he will not move out of where he's standing.
That's weird because they didn't teach that in the game. Like
yeah, they did.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, they did. It's there. They even have a cute little animation for it where he gets all squinty-eyed, like he's aiming down scope. Like
I didn't see.
It's kind of adorable. But yeah, hit your left shoulder bumper.
Okay, I think
that'll fix that problem.
I think I need to play it more with the Pro controller. There's something about playing it on the Joy-Cons, and I think because I was using the analog, I'm like, and not knowing the lock-on feature, the lockdown feature, I was just like, yeah. I think because it's more twitchy to me in a sense that I gotta constantly be moving. I think the Pro controller would fit me better, would be more comfortable when I'm playing it. But it's a really good game. I'm still like at the first level because I got to the boss and then got killed, and you gotta do everything all over. And I'm just like, I have one more hit, but those little star enemies, they flip and they come at you, and you only can do it when they're not moving. I'm just like, dang it, because it's so weird. The boss is literally Mega Man X with the dragon coming out in the water. It's literally that boss hitting him in the butt, and he'll block it and stuff. I'm just like, this is all Mega Man X to me. But dang it, the starfish and stuff. So I'm really enjoying that game. I put it down for a little bit because I've been playing a lot more Bayonetta 2. Really close to the end of that game, and man, just I love when the game is difficult. because it just makes me just like I'm gonna really beat this part once again. All this crazy action is happening, and I can't focus. But when I see it and I get into it and I start doing my moves, because it's difficult to me because I'm not using no health potions. Like, I'm not using anything to get health back. You know, if I get hit, I take the hit. If I die, I die. So I'm doing all of that. I'm just collecting the lollipops and all of that stuff. So really playing a lot. Been playing a lot of that. Xbox One. Started up Ori and the Blind Forest. This game needs some improvements for 2. It
What?
really does.
No.
And it needs improvement. It needs improvement in the animation and coloring to make some things. And I'm listen.
I'm listening.
I think because of some of the color things, I think because it's so small at times, you can't see where bullets and stuff is landing. So when you're trying to focus, if the shot that's coming at you is too far in the back, matching the color in the background, it gets hard to see. And so you really can't dodge it or be looking out for it, because sometimes you can't see it. The colors and stuff at times, like the graphics is beautiful, but sometimes the colors, it feels like Rumbo in a sense, that when it turns that color and that platform goes away and you can't really see it, it kind of gives that feel to it. So I think the detail of it just needs to stand out a little bit more. I mean, it's difficult and I'm enjoying it, but I just like, yeah, this needs to be fixed.
See, I never had an issue with that. That never was a hang up for me personally.
Yeah, that's becoming like kind of a big hang up to me. Because sometimes, because of the way that he attacks, you have to be a little bit closer to him for your electricity. Not too close, but enough for your attack to hit them.
Yeah, but it'll always tell you if you're close enough too. And yeah, you're supposed to be it's intended to force you to draw in a little bit closer to where you have to balance that risk reward of being able to take him out.
Well, yeah, but when you're trying to attack and the bullets and stuff are coming, when you can't see it to dodge, sometimes you'll dodge into the bullet because of where the color is matching is hard to see. I mean, this is just for me, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really like the arrow dash thing. I
thought that was so much fun. It took a little getting used to.
It takes the use
but when you get a handle on it, it's awesome.
It takes a used to getting it, but I'm going up that little when you releasing the water from the tree and you kind of got to do that section over. That becomes a little bit problematic to me because they don't explain that if you sometimes have to do, when you're hitting an enemy, you have to do opposite. You have to switch it. So,
the projectile will always go in the opposite direction that you're going.
And they don't teach that. They kind of don't show that. They kind of give you the power, show you what you need to do, but you gotta kind of pay attention of that when you hit it, the bullet or the shot is going to go the opposite way. And
see, that was always obvious to me because when I was playing it and I got that power and I first jumped off a projectile, I saw which way the projectile was going and which way I was going.
But I guess once again, Mega Man kind of mind for me that when I get an air dash, I'm thinking that I can just jump in the air and dash. It makes it more quicker and effective. And I understand they're using that mechanic. I understand they're using that mechanic also to traverse and use as a puzzle. But I'm just like, this could have been a little bit more simplified, or the bullet things could have been a little bit more explained. Like, you have a section on how to use it, get to another section, and then let the description at the top shows that, well, when you jump like this, the bullet goes this way when you use it, or the bullet goes that way. And it kind of doesn't explain it that well. something visually could have made it a little bit better. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I get it. I think too. It's a case of incidental. How much are you paying attention as you're using it at first?
Well, yeah. Because I just had a hard time trying to understand on how the mechanic goes. You know, that's something different for me when it comes to air dashing or using a dash in a Metroidvania kind of game.
Well, see, and that's why they didn't call it a dash, because your dash ability is something different. This isn't dash. This is I don't remember what it's called, but it specifically is not dash. It's something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell it's called, but I remember looking at the name going, okay, that makes sense now.
Right, because there's no dash. I don't have no dash ability right now.
Right, and you'll get that later. It's coming.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying it. I think there's just some things that need to be fixed. It's very weird because I was so hyped for Ori and the Blind Forest, and because I'm having a little bit of problems due to, and it might be me, but due to some also with the game, like I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5, or like a 7.5 if I had to rate it. But I am enjoying it. It does look beautiful.
Wait till you finish it. That rating will go up. Yeah. Trust me.
I mean, it's worth having, and I'm looking forward to Ori and the Blind Forest too. Like,
are you playing the definitive edition?
No, I'm not. I'm playing the version. I'm playing the version that came with my Xbox One. It was part of. Oh, go ahead.
You should play the definitive edition. There's some extra content in there, and an extra ability or two, if I remember correctly. It's worth playing.
No, I probably won't play it. I think because do I have to buy the whole game? That's the thing about it. Because
I'm not sure.
Because that's the thing. Like, I got my game for free when I bought my Xbox One. It was like 32 games came free with my 1 terabyte Xbox. So that's why I wouldn't it doesn't make sense to buy it if it's a definitive, but if it's just for one ability or one more section, it doesn't do me justice. But moving on from that, played Halo 4 with Corey and Jesse. Ended up beating that game, having fun and laughing. Played
that was a good time.
Very good time. They never need to do a Star Fox inspired level ever again. 343.
Oh, the flying level was awful. The flying level was awful.
Because if someone gets hit, everybody's screen shakes. So that messes you up. So you gotta kind of have faith, like George Michael faith, in order to get through the level. Because that's just that was ridiculous. It's funny, but when you're playing with other professional players, it gets a little bit frustrating. Played Horizon Zero Dawn. Really enjoyed that game. Doing the new game plus kind of started from the beginning. Some stuff I skipped, like the tutorial and everything, but like really enjoying, really love coming back to that game and enjoying it. Played some Yakuza 0, making progress in that. Played Ever Oasis on 2DS, and that's pretty much it. I know Ori and the Blind Forest is a game that I'm trying to finish, because I finished with Doom, so Ori and the Blind Forest I'm trying to move on. But beating Halo 4 was fun. I really enjoyed that game.
I liked the end of that. I enjoyed Halo 4 thoroughly, actually.
I kind of was lost on what the world is going on. Like I gotta kind of watch a cutscene so I can understand what the world is going on.
Go back and rewatch that, and it's pretty well done, actually. But yes, you're right. It does get a little convoluted.
I know Halo 5 is the first Halo game that I beat, and then Halo 4 now it's the second game. Halo 1 to 3 I've never beaten because 1 is just a bunch of garbage. And ODST
there's some worthwhile stuff in there.
No, it's
I can't speak to ODST or Reach, but I actually 4 was kind of the pinnacle for me. That's where it really just clicked. But the stuff with the flood in 2, I really liked. And to kind of build to that, you do have to go through 1. They do build some interesting lore that I enjoyed. The deeper they got into what was happening, kind of internal politics with the Covenant, the more interested I got.
Well, I did pick up A State of Decay 1 and Divinity Original Sin. They were like cheap. And not Earth Defense Force, but there was a game. There's a game on PlayStation 4. I have to look at. I'll let everybody know next episode what it is. It kind of plays like a Vanillaware game, but it's something else. It's also on Switch. I think it's called Earth War on Switch. It's the same game that came on PlayStation 4, but they changed the name on Switch. Someone had a picture of it that it was like $4.50. I'm like, wait, what? So, but I know my friend, one of my friends recommended it to me. I'm just like, I know about it. I know it got average ratings, but I don't know why they did the name change on Switch. But I'm going to probably give that a go in a couple of weeks. I'm just trying to finish up a lot of my old backlog stuff for my 1 and my PS4. So. But that's what I've been playing.
And Corey, what's been spinning in your disc tray lately?
Well, let me tell you, Larry, what's been spinning in my disc tray. Well,
the world wants to know.
Besides what I've been playing with Ed, I'm not going to reiterate on what I've been playing with Ed, but I did, drumroll please, bring home my GameCube. And yes, if somebody's asking, this is the Japanese exclusive white controller, which I bought on Amazon for $40. So
nice.
Why does it got to be white, Corey? Is this a race thing now?
I mean, I have my purple one too.
There you go.
So I've been playing. I played a few GameCube games, and I might actually play some after we stop recording for a little bit. Played some. What did I play? I played some Metroid Prime 1.
Hell yeah.
Which, dude, after playing Halo 4 with such crisp, precise controls, going back to the single analog stick control scheme is not ideal.
I'm sorry, Metroid Prime's controller is better than Halo's controller. I'm sorry.
Ew, gross. No, you're wrong.
Right tool for the right job. Because remember, you're not playing a shooter.
I know.
It's not a combat-centric game.
It's a first-person action. Oh, first-person adventure, as Nintendo called it.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing something that's geared to make you want to look around and explore your environment.
But looking around with one control stick instead of using the C stick as a camera is very sad.
I can always go back to it without a problem, but that's me.
I hope they give you the option to play it like a modern first-person shooter. Even though it's not a first-person shooter, I get it, but A is always jump, guys. Come on. A is always jump.
I can't do it. I get my hand on the controller for Metroid Prime, and it just clicks like that. Halo makes me want to play.
Well, congratulations, Ed. You're a pro. You're a pro gamer.
Thank you. I feel.
No, Eddie's a pro robot. He's all choppy again.
Anyways, besides Metroid Prime, I play a little bit of Luigi's Mansion. I played some.
Are you going to pick up the re-release of that?
For 3DS? I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I will.
I played some Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yes.
Yay.
Which is very good. I love that game. A little bit slippier than I remember, but it's feels really good. It's just weird having two people on the cart and have your cart change like how it feels on the fly. If you have like the heavier guy up front, the front of your cart is weighted, and if you have the heavier guy in the back, the back of your card is weighted.
The drifting is easier to use in that game.
What else? What else did I play? There was one other game I played. Oh, I played Rogue Squadron 2 a little bit.
Yes.
Which was fun. Yeah. So, I think that was about it for the GameCube. I played some Horizon, the Frozen Wilds DLC. It's very good. Let's see, what else did I play? I think that's about it, really. I still haven't played anything like for me this week. So that's kind of it, except for what Ed said. Like, I played a little bit of Fortnite with Jesse, which was really fun. I suck at that game. I suck at everything where you have to shoot something.
I'm pretty sure everybody sucks at Fortnite. The winner is just whoever sucked the least.
Yeah. So, yep. Yeah, pretty much. That's Fortnite. If I have to shoot someone else, like another human being, I suck at it. So, I played some nature today, though. My wife and I went out and took a walk in the woods today.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was really
enjoy
muddy,
that
though.
while she still wants to stand up.
Yeah. Well, we took a few breaks, but it's okay. But yeah, that's about what I've been playing. Sorry, I know I seem a little distracted. I'm trying to help our friends over at Nerds Gone Platinum set up a Let's Play. Jason just got an Elgato game capture, and I'm trying to show him the ways of capturing game footage. So
yeah, that's going to be a thing I'm working on here in the next couple weeks, hopefully. I too actually had my GameCube on this week. Had some friends over this weekend, and we were playing some co-op, like improvisational co-op, Future Tactics on the GameCube. I love the story in that game. That is, narratively speaking, that will probably forever be one of my favorite games story-wise.
Does that work better on GameCube than PlayStation 2?
It's my personal preference. I'll put it that way. They're the same game across the board. I like having it on my GameCube. I like my nice wave birds where I can sit all the way across the fucking room. But yeah, it's just personal preference is all. What else did we do? We got into some Super Mario Odyssey. Just kind of dinked around with it, just enough for my buddy to get the feel for it. I picked up and I started sinking into, and I know this is going to sound entirely oxymoronic after I've beaten the hell out of Celeste, but I've been playing The End Is Nigh, and that game has the right kind of charm that I appreciate. I was not expecting it. Like, I know Edmund's got a sense of humor. Look at Super Meat Boy, but, apparently I'm dying here. Aesthetically, this is like this bleak and, post-apocalyptic end of the world, everything is black and gray game. And you start it up, and I almost died laughing at the intro. And I won't spoil it for anybody because you should play it, and it's funny, and it makes me laugh every time I see it. But one of the things that I adore is that, like in Celeste, you can pick up the strawberries for challenges. If you want to challenge yourself, instead of strawberries and The End Is Nigh, you're collecting tumors. You want to grow your tumor. Got to get all the tumors, all the cancer. It's solid. I like it. I've not run into any mechanics that have just unbelievably pissed me off yet. Cough, cough, wind level. Fuck you, cough, cough. Corey knows what's up. But, yeah, that look says everything for anybody that's listening to the audio version of this show.
Maybe that'll just be the key, Art. Does that look like?
Yeah, I'd go with that. That works.
Or Ed's favorite, this one.
Yep.
Every time he signs on to Skype, I do that.
Screen. But End is Nigh is worth the $30. The art manual's pretty. There's one other goodie in the box that I will not disclose, but it's not amazing, but it was enough to make me smile. Hard copy's only $30. And much like Eddie, holy crap, I cannot stop playing Flint Hook. Everything Flint Hook. I am hooked on Flint Hook. I don't remember the last time. It had to have been Zelda. It had to have been the last time that I got so into a Switch game that I was like repeatedly draining my battery on handheld mode from a full charge. Playing Flint Hook, going, gotta keep going. Then I see the little low battery icon. I'm like, I can keep going. And I'll finally be to the point where I'm in the middle of a fucking stage and it just shuts off. I'm like, aw. Apparently it's bedtime. Damn it. But no, Flint Hook is so good. And I'll tell you, Eddie, too, something to lift your spirits a little here, is that once you get through that first boss and you start working on the next one, if you die in that run, it will not make you go through the first boss again. You can just start by going after the second pirate boss.
Doing all 3 levels of the second one.
Right. The second one you have to go through 4 to get to.
Oh, okay.
So it picks up as you go along, but you don't have to go through the 3 levels and then the pirate boss to get to the next one again. It's not like Binding of Isaac where you get through a couple bosses and you die and you've got to start at the beginning and go through all the bosses again.
Okay. So it says after almost like every chapter. So there is progression. Right. There is like a story progression.
There is actual progression in this game. On top of that, like you've also got the actual skills progression too, where every time you start over, you get to, you're picking up things that will carry over that you can equip to your character to, enhance your. Right, exactly. And that's one of the things I think Flint Hook does very well that most roguelikes don't do, is some sort of permanent ability progression. And I really like that in Flint Hook, and I think the grinding is just the right level of resistance. It doesn't give you too much too fast or too easy, but it doesn't make you feel like you have to go through 30 runs to get a level to get more stuff.
Right.
So it's very well balanced, and that's an important thing to do. But yeah, Flint Hook has been a big go-to for me. I pilled with a little bit of Zeo Drifter again, and it's not holding my attention when Flint Hook is right fucking next to it.
You should almost be done with Zeo Drifter in a sense.
I've barely played it at all this week.
Okay.
I also dinked for a minute or two with on my Xbox Seasons After Fall because I picked it up on sale for $5. I'm not far enough in to formulate any semblance of an opinion on it, though. I've played 5 minutes of it, and I don't know enough yet. But it's something that I've played, so there you go. And it was on sale for $5. So if it's still on sale, it's $5. Check it out. If nothing else, it looks pretty. It's $5 worth of wall art, I suppose.
Well, probably by the time this episode released, they'll have the new week sale. Like a lot of their sales now start on Monday.
I think I picked it up on the Game Pass sale though, not the
okay,
not the Live Gold.
Okay.
So yeah, if you've got Game Pass, check that out. I figured at the least, it was $5 for something nifty to look at. So whatever. Trying to think here, but I'm feeling like that was. Oh, there was some Mario Kart action in my house this week too. That's something I haven't done in a while.
Mario Kart's always a good time.
Yeah, and I don't want anybody in that group to take this personally, but I fucking hate Mario Kart Fridays with the NBC group. That shit is just beyond brutal. Like, we were talking about it one week, and I'm like, why do we do this? Nobody is having fun. And even Alejandro's like, yeah, no, nobody actually has fun. We just kind of do it out of obligation now.
Wow.
So that shit is brutal in that group. Like, if you think you're the hot shit on Mario Kart, go play with them, and you'll get put in your place real fucking quick. Walk home with your tail between your legs, let me tell you what. But anyways, so that's I think that covers most of it. Oh, no, I did have a thing that so I finally
Larry had a thing, guys. Larry had a thing.
This was a thing for me because I had a hard time sinking into it when it came out last year. I finally started having the breakthrough and getting back into Splatoon 2. For some reason, when it came out, it just wasn't clicking with me. And I don't know what it was, but I re-picked it up again, and I started playing it, and it was starting to finally sit right with me. Like, I played a little bit of the single player, and I played some online, and all of it finally felt right. And I don't know what's changed, but something about it it finally snapped into place for me. It was just like that. Like somebody hit a switch. Da-dunch. There you go. Somebody got it.
This year all week, guys.
That's right. So, anyways, but yeah, no, I was really happy that Splatoon 2 finally clicked for me because I loved the first one. I played the fuck out of the first one. And I was just, like, personally disheartened that for some reason I couldn't get myself into 2. But it's coming together for me, and that makes me super happy. I was also super jazzed going into it, knowing that there's more single-player content coming. Because honestly, that's really the part that I loved the most about the first Splatoon was the single-player content. I loved the stage designs, the little mini challenges, hunting for the little collectible things, put in weird places all over the stages. That was fun for me, and I'm so happy to have more of that coming. I will, in a heartbeat, drop $20 for that. So,
nice.
So yeah, there you go. That's Game of the Week. Corey, whoa.
I was going to say I did pick up Kirby Star Allies, but I haven't started it yet. I'll give it a try, though.
I played the demo, and I want to love it, but I've been told that the demo doesn't do it justice. I just can't bring myself to spend $60 off of that demo. Like, I feel like I need to spend some time with the full version before I commit to spending $60 on it.
It's a nice game, so that's me.
No, I get it entirely. Like, I'm not saying the quality's not there. I'm just saying from what I experienced in the demo, it didn't hit the mark for me. And I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my thumb on it either. That's the thing. But in any case, so, Corey, what's been on your radar news-wise? Aside from that thumb in the camera.
Let me. Well, if you're a fan of Sonic Mania, you're getting a physical edition.
Woo!
So that's cool, I guess.
I'm simultaneously jazzed and upset about this.
Why? Because you bought the digital one?
I did, but
because they said there wasn't any physical copies coming.
Yeah, that pisses me off a little. But the physical version comes with a pretty like holograph case. And there's a couple of new characters to play in there, too.
Yeah. They look just like Sonic.
Other characters, yeah.
But
I'm curious to see if they have any unique attributes, though.
They probably will, right? I mean, they wouldn't just add Sonic clones in there, would they? I mean, Knuckles and Tails both have unique things.
Yeah, and those things greatly affect the way you make your way through a stage. So I mean, that could actually justify some real replay to it. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
So I mean, I was kind of disappointed by Sonic Mania. I just like, really? I think I've just grown out of that time where like Sonic games were fun, and I tried to go back. I mean, every once in a while they're sitting on my Xbox, all backwards compatible, the arcade ones from 360. And like I try to go back all the time and be like, oh man, that'd be fun, and maybe we'll do some kind of retro thing on Sonic at some point. But like, I tried to play Sonic Mania like 5 different times. I was just so disappointed by it. Like I don't know if I'm just like I'm giving up on Sonic because it's just not what I want anymore. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know.
Evolving tastes. That happens.
I mean, I know that it's like one of the best Sonic games in years. I recognize that wholeheartedly. I don't know, man. Maybe I just played it at the wrong time. You know?
It is the best Sonic game since Sonic Rush on the DS.
Well, is that bar set very high though?
To be honest, like you said, Sonic Rush on the DS was excellent. I loved Sonic Rush.
I would go more with Sonic 2.
I think Sonic 1's the best Sonic game.
Oh no, it's not.
Wow.
That's
no extra allies, no weird extra love interest, just pure fast Sonic action.
That is too long, and you run in.
Too long. It's like 40 minutes
for 3 stages. Just to do 3 stages, just to get to the next chapter. Them stages was long.
No, they weren't. You can beat that whole game in 40 minutes.
You cannot beat that game in 40 minutes.
It's an achievement on Xbox, and I got it. So
right, that's if you're not doing the Chaos Emeralds.
Well, see, it's all about what you want to get out of it then now, isn't it, Eddie?
I played all
every time Ed disagrees with me from now on, I'm just going to look at him and wave at him.
You're supposed to say pancakes. That's what Topher used to say on the Retro Force Go. When everybody was
Speaking of pancakes, Eddie, you know what you missed today? We were even checked for brunch, and you know what they had?
The cream cheese.
Butterfinger pancakes.
Pancakes with Butterfinger pieces in them?
Yeah.
That's new.
Oh, it was so good.
Gross.
Oh, it was awesome.
I can't do peanut butter.
Oh, the reference
Butterfinger pancakes.
Yeah, the spot that Larry texted me on Sundays, not the Pancake House, because that's the spot, dude. And I'm going to slit your throat next time I come up. How dare you post a picture of our chicken spot and then don't respond to me? How dare you?
I was driving. You're lucky you got a picture.
Well, I mean, you went there 3 weeks ago, I think, a while back?
I didn't go. It was brought to me. But in any case, so other news pieces here, and this should be out in time for it to still be relevant, but coming up this week should be Tuesday, if I've got my dates correct. We're getting another Nintendo Direct. We're getting a Nindies Direct.
Nindies Showcase.
Yeah, Nindies Direct Showcase. There's a few things that I'm really hoping for. At least one of them I'm not banking on, but there's a few things that I'm pretty certain that we're getting out of this. So,
House of Cards. King of Cards.
King of Cards, yeah. We have to be getting a date on that at this point.
No, you know what? You know what's going to be announced at this Nindies Direct? And I'm calling it right now. Along with the King of Cards announcement, we're getting a Shovel Knight physical copy.
I don't think
announcement. With all 4 campaigns on the cart.
I don't.
Yes,
think
we
so.
are.
If you'll remember, they did say that when they finished the last campaign, that's when they were going to finally do a physical copy on Switch.
They did. I even tried to email. I was in an email conversation trying to get them on NGR at one point before Matt went on his little hiatus in October. And they asked me if I was interested in physical copies of Shovel Knight. I said yes. I've already bought a physical copy 5 times for the other platforms.
We told them.
And they're like, they said they'd have more news at a later date.
Right.
Yeah, they told us when we had them on that was coming once they finished the last campaign.
Right. I don't think that the physical is going to get announced. I think if they do announce it, it's going to be closer to E3 or it's going to be in the fall. They're going to. For a physical,
really?
You
think they would hold that for an E3 announcement?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
I don't. Honestly, I don't think Shovel Knight's big enough to hold for a E3 announcement.
You got to think this is a Nintendo Direct,
here's a hard
so
copy.
they're only going to spend maybe 15 or 20 minutes on it. They're not going to spend a lot of time that much on Shovel Knight because they're going to be probably talking about games that's finally going to be released for the indies. We might get something more about Dead Cells. They're going to be introducing new indies that haven't been announced yet. So I don't think they're going to spend that much time on a Shovel Knight announcement like that. I mean, wouldn't you want it to be treated a little bit more respectfully if they do a Shovel Knight announcement? They not to be like, oh, here go King of Cards and here go the Shovel Knight Amiibo and then here go the Figo and then just move on. Like,
yeah, if they don't announce it, because Shovel Knight is like what 2.5-3 years old at this point.
Oh, right, at least. But if they don't announce it at this Nintendo Direct, dude, the only other way it's getting announced is on a fucking Twitter post.
I think what would be cool if they do an E3 announcement of it, that they show Shovel Knight. They announced that the game is coming to Switch exclusively, like it's the first version. First version as in we get it first before everybody else, and then it fades into where Shovel Knight is in Smash or something. Like Nintendo is going to big up Shovel Knight. They're going to treat it like it's the most hyped, most beloved game of all time. Like it's one of their own. So, and they just wouldn't just shoehorn it in like that. For a Nindies showcase? No, they wouldn't shoehorn it in like that.
I could see this easily being a 30-minute showcase, though, not a 15-minute piece, because all the indie stuff has been really subsisting the Switch.
Well, yeah, it's just that there's been so many indie announcements that's been dropping like almost every week. So we'll probably get more information about that. Now, what's going to be shown is going to be the question on what they're going to roll out. Because like Murphy's Law is going to get some big love, and that might get dated. That girl one that she I guess she died or something.
Oh yeah.
That one.
What is it? Flippin' Death.
Yeah, that's probably going to get some announcement and stuff. So that's going to probably get some love. So there's going to be and then probably some new games and stuff. And probably some updates and stuff. We'll probably see that at the Nintendo Direct. Like with Shovel Knight, I can see King of Cards getting an announcement with the Amiibo, but not a physical game.
We need a date. At the very least, I need a date for King of Cards, though. That shit's got to happen already.
Right.
This has been.
Because if they do the Shovel Knight physical announcement, it's going to get released in the summer. It has to be. They're not going to wait till the fall for it. But I just don't want it to be treated like it's an afterthought if they announce it.
If it's in their direct, it's not an afterthought.
For Yacht Club, though, I don't think it would be an afterthought just for the simple fact that, I think in order to... if somebody wants to have all the campaigns, they either have to download it, but for them, I think they want to be able to provide all 4 campaigns for someone at some point on a physical cart. I think they're going to want to do that. I think in a Nindy showcase, I think that would be kind of the perfect time to announce a physical copy. After you show King of Cards, you show the trailer for King of Cards, and then you say release date for King of Cards, and then the next slide would be Shovel Knight gets physical or whatever, and then it'll say includes all 4 campaigns and then the release date. I think if it hadn't come out physically before, if it hadn't come out physically on PS4, Wii U, and 3DS already, maybe they would make a bigger deal out of it. But for a game that's 3 years old, I think they're just going to try to say, hey, you can buy Treasure Trove physically eventually, here's the date or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
the only way this gets made a big deal out of is if they put out some awesome special edition.
And
like a Shovel Knight wearable helmet.
I mean, I just feel like with that kind of announcement, that kind of release, a Nintendo Direct would just do it better justice, than just a Nindy showcase. Like I want that Shovel Knight physical to be as a big of an announcement like other games, and I just don't want it to get like shoehorned in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Ed, but I don't know if Nintendo sees it like that. I think Shovel Knight is a big deal. I think that game coming to Wii U first, as it even on a platform that didn't sell as much as PS4, Xbox One, like that was a statement for Nintendo that they went out and got one of the biggest indies in the world. At that point on their system,
and I think that's
I agree with you. I think that's a huge get for them, but. Even if this was 6 months after that game came out, I would say make it a big deal. But it's been a year since it was released on Switch initially. So, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
It's just a respect level that I just wanted to have a bigger, bigger announcement. Like really make it special. Like when it first came out, there was no Nintendo Direct or anything, but Shovel Knight was treated as on the Directs like it was any other big announcement game, and so that I kind of want that to be a big thing for Switch players. I just don't want it just to be given like 20 seconds. With a coming soon date, or look for later information later on. Like, I just don't want that to happen with something like this. I think a collector's edition, they want to roll out something real cool with that. Like Octopath Traveler, they're treating that game as a big release.
But it is though. It's a Square. It's a Square game. I mean, and it's Nintendo published.
Right. It is a big one, but. How they did the collector's edition, how they introduced 2 new characters and stuff like that. They kind of went big for that. Like, it has an indie feel in a sense, but it's not big as like a Final Fantasy or, kind of style for Octopath Traveler. Like, when people played the demo, they were really sold on this game. Like, that really sold them. So I kind of just want Shovel Knight, that physical release, to have that kind of treatment. In a sense.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Yeah. But speaking of indies, the Switch saved switched the Blossom Tales studio.
What was that?
Because it saved the Blossom Tales studio. The Switch did, because it sold 20 times more copies on Switch than it did on Steam. So
that's always excellent.
Yeah, the publisher was trying to figure out how not to close its doors, and then they predicted that it would sell 3 times as many copies on Switch than it did on Steam, and it ended up selling like 20 times more, so they get to stay open and make another game.
Yeah.
So, and that game was, I've played a little bit of it, and it made me really just want to go back to Link to the Past. But like, I bought it because I was like, this looks like a Link to the Past. I'll definitely play it, and it's cool. Like, it's not hiding the fact that it's trying to be a Link to the Past.
Right. There was no buts about it there.
I mean, even the beginning when they're sitting in front of the fire, the grandpa's like, let me tell you about the story of a little elf boy who wore green in the land of high ...
Yeah, it's almost to the point of parody.
Yeah. A good parody, though.
Right, and that's the thing. There's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. So, if you're going to, rip somebody, at least be honest about it and make fun of it.
Yeah.
So that's the right way to hit that.
That's what Ed and I were talking about from the order, was like, just that's a way not to rip off a game. Where, like, the order should have just straight up ripped off Gears of War. And instead they try to do like 10% different, and it failed miserably. Yeah. Which, let me tell you, the shooting actually feels really good in that game. That game feels good to play when you're allowed to play it. Like, the cover mechanic's good, the shooting feels good, the weapons have kick to them, like they feel really good to shoot. It's just you only get like 15 minutes every hour or so to do it.
Right.
And then you have to slam on triangle for 30 minutes.
You fight more humans than the actual werewolves that the game marketed it as.
Yeah, and then the guy at the end has the big dong flapping around, and it's just like, video game dong. That technology just shouldn't exist.
Well, that was with Gay Tony for Grand Theft Auto 4.
No, I didn't get that far.
Well, that was a DLC.
I didn't care about Grand Theft Auto.
We had that discussion.
We did have that discussion.
But other indie stuff, though, that I'm hoping that I would say I'm expecting out of this Nintendo Direct on Tuesday, though, is I'd be really surprised if we don't see a date for Hollow Knight finally.
Yeah.
That needs a date, like, pronto.
You know what else needs announced and dated? You know what else needs announced and dated?
Oh, that Shaq fool.
2 games. Yeah. Nope, that's already been dated for summer.
Oh, please don't show that in the Nintendo Direct.
Please show it. Please, can Shaq just host the Indie Direct?
No.
Yes.
No.
I need a 5-minute spotlight on Shaq.
What if real life Shaq hosted the Nintendo Direct with cartoon video game Shaq?
Yes. Even better. Make it happen.
Failure.
Yes.
Make it so.
Failure.
But for real, like 2 games I really want to see announced, which I think they will. Well, I think one of them will. I don't know about the other one. Hyper Light Drifter. Yeah. I think it'll get announced. I think it will get announced just because that character is already on Switch in another game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
and plus.
I think he moved on to another game, so he's not going to do it for Switch.
Yeah, they said they're working on a Switch version.
I thought in Edge he said he was working on another game. They did an interview.
He probably is, but there's probably a port team working on it. Hyper Light Drifter.
Beyond that, though, it's already been announced, but I would love to see a date for Dead Cells, because I know that that's coming this year. They've already announced it's this year. Mm-hmm. I want a solid date. So...
I wonder if they're working on the PC version before they do the Switch.
They announced the final 1.0 is coming to all consoles day and date with PC.
With PC?
Yep. So once 1.0 is out and that's finished version, it's no longer early access. The 1.0 update on PC is supposed to be day and date with the console releases.
So it's not Dead Cells is not getting early access on consoles. It's just getting the It's getting the 1 point.
It's getting final version only.
So then I'm going to say maybe August.
I want a date. I need to be able to put it on my calendar and start counting off days.
I think they're not going to finalize it because there could be some delays. I would say August 2017. I think Dead Cells on Switch will be a nice jump off for the fall holiday, and I think August will just be perfect until we see what everybody else will be doing, because we got a packed May. We're going to have good games for June and July. I don't think we just have too much for August just yet, and I think Dead Cells will just set it off right. I think Dead Cells and Hollow Knight should kind of have their own separate month, so that could be like the highlight of indie for Switch or any console, but mostly Switch. Yeah.
I would love it if I heard that I was getting hard copies of both of those too, but I'm not holding my breath on that.
Hollow Knight, I bet will get one. I don't think Dead Cells will get one.
They won't.
I could see Dead Cells getting it because Dead Cells has been doing pretty well on PC.
Dude, we've gotten way more underrated or underappreciated Switch games on physical than something like Hollow Knight. You know how many people are waiting for Hollow Knight?
Oh, I know.
Like you go on,
I'm waiting too.
If you go on Amazon and just look at the Switch games, like who asked for Happy Birthday on Switch physically? Like who asked for what was the other one I saw that was really Penny Punching Princess physically on Switch? Like who asked for these games physically? Sorry, I don't know.
Because people would know that when indie games get a physical, people will buy them.
Yeah. Well, then Hollow Knight should be physical, and Shovel Knight should be physical, and Hyper Light Drifter should come to Switch and be physical. Thanks.
I wonder, should Nicholas release Hyper Light Drifter? Because they're releasing a lot of good indie games. Because, yes, they're releasing Code of Princess, and I'm so happy for that.
They're really... Yeah, Code of Princess. That's coming to Switch real soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need that game, like, badly.
I still don't really understand what that game is. That was a 3DS game, right?
Yeah.
I still need to figure out what this game is.
It's a beat 'em up role playing game. Not Guardian Heroes. What was the Sega Saturn one that Treasure did? It might have been
Gunstar Heroes.
No, Gunstar Heroes. Yeah.
No, Guardian Heroes. That's what it was. Gunstar Heroes was Sega Genesis. That was the Contra one by Treasure. Guardian Heroes is the Sega CD one, Sega Saturn one that beat 'em up. Because you got to choose your own different paths.
Yeah.
And then the sequel came out on the DS. Don't know how, but.
In any case, I think that hits most of the high points for the week. So
we're in the calm before the E3 storm, guys. Actually, the PAX storm, which I'm going to be in the middle of. Woohoo!
Yeah. Yeah. Rub it in. Fuck you.
I am. I'm going to rub it in like a baby's oil.
You better go get us some hot footage.
It's going to be awesome.
So.
Oh, I should take my video camera.
Yeah, you and I need to talk about that before you go, by the way. Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, just to kind of wrap, I want to thank everybody that tuned in again this week for coming back and tolerating our nonsense once more. Always want to thank my partners in crime here, Eddie V and Corey Hudson Derrick. Make sure you check out all the other stuff that they do. And as always, find us at our home on shoutengine.com or Google Play Music or iTunes, or check out that sweet NGR YouTube channel where we're at, along with a ton of other stuff. There's some other new stuff coming, which Corey, I gotta scold you about, Mr. Disappear on Me. But other than that, yeah.
Oh, and everybody, when you hear this episode, have a good GDC. It's the Games Developer Conference this week, so see if you can see some of the footage from a lot of.
Go listen to some sweet interviews, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for the. I think Nintendo's going to be there, and I can't wait to see what they talk about.
Well, isn't that the indie thing? Isn't that the Nindy thing? That's why they're there.
No, that's it. Might be. I don't know. But speaking of Nindies and such, quick public service announcement. You only have a short period of time left that you can put some money on your Wii shop channel and pick up any lingering stuff from the shop channel from the Wii that you still want. I just dropped like $20 to pick up Lost Twins 1 and 2.
Nice.
So,
that's from the Switch.
Well, if they magically if the Ninja Turtles games magically reappear on there in the next 3 days, I'm good on Virtual Console. I've got a ton of Virtual Console stuff.
Well, not just the Virtual Console, but like I said, there was some good stuff in the actual WiiWare section as well. So, but in any case, that's your public service announcement. You only got a few days left to get on that, so go check that out. Make sure there's nothing that you won't have any regrets for the rest of your life about not playing. So, other than that, boys and girls, Eddie, Corey, we're out. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Woo!